Hey, I think we're live.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in to Keeping It Real. We've got the Nurse Flipper on tonight. We're normally going to do these every 2 weeks, but I figured while we're getting going, let's just do them. I think we've got a few people in the chat already, which is awesome. OT, I owe you an email still. I'm not ignoring you. I saw the email come in.
I do too, Richard.
Sorry. He's going after the final Toucan Sam. We got to set that up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jennifer is here. I see the Nurse Flipper commenting. Cajun Resellers in. Hey, and there's Tommy. Bernhard is in. Cajun Resellers just on YouTube all day long. Thanks for coming in, guys. We'll hang out for a few minutes and let people filter in. We've got 7 in.
And let me shove my mouth. Hey, Beth Hopper.
I've got baby back or St. Louis style ribs are going. They're going to be done halfway through the show, but they're going to be warm. I'll get them when they're done. Marie, hi. 9-pound hammer is in.
That's a lie, Tommy. That would like run everybody out. They would be gone so fast it wouldn't be funny.
I should put these up. Here we go. First in, of course. You were in about 25 minutes before I was, but I was dealing with ribs, so I had a good excuse.
All right.
There we go. Let's see.
Hey, Joe and Renee.
Let's see. There we got Cajun. We got Tommy. I'm still learning how to do the StreamYard thing. We've got a crew. I don't know if anybody does Monday nights. That's why I kind of pick Monday nights.
I picked Tuesday nights, and like now me and Jody Matoma overlap by 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
Canadian Resellers Roundtable. Yeah, I start at 9 and he starts at 9:30, but there's always going to be somebody. I think everybody's going live all the time.
Hey, Rev Resale is here. Early preview for those of you that are here. Rev is going to be on the show next week. Thanks for coming in, man. Oh, well, at least he plans to be. He's going to watch tonight and go, actually, I've got a thing.
Am I the test dummy?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Midwest Picker also here. Who we got? We got Flippin FLAmingos is in. I saw you guys just sent a package to Kevin at Commonwealth Picker. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure you did. I think that was you. It was with all the flamingo stuff. I love Kevin. Kevin is great. He's actually sent me something for when we hit 500. I've got his retired autographed Titleist hat is one of our giveaways.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've got a pile of giveaways over here that I'm waiting.
I need to get more. I only have like the one Harry Tornado mug right now, and I'm almost at 1,000. Sorry.
And you're on
what channel I'm on.
Are you on Lot of Josh on Wednesday?
I am on Lot of Josh on Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, we've got something from him too.
So I'm here now. Tomorrow is mine. Thursday is Tesla Picker is going to be my guest tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Thursday I'm on Lot of Josh at 9. And then Lot of Josh is going to be on my channel next Tuesday.
We are busy with the YouTubes. I'm on Primetime Treasure Hunter on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Dom. Yeah, I was just on Courtney's channel a couple weeks ago.
I know. I've got Courtney coming up. I think
I want to show my Kermit, but then you don't see me.
We can see him still.
His like,
just his leg.
Yeah, you can see Miss Piggy a little bit.
The mouth open looks like he's there's some terror going on.
Oh,
It's not easy being green. Yeah, Midwest. I've been on before. Once I did the thrift battle with Drew from Profit Monsters, and that was a lot of fun. And poor Dom, he was going to be on a Disney vacation next week or this week, I guess, and that isn't happening. So I'm his consolation prize, is he gets to do a show with me. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I did. I got tagged Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yesterday? Saturday? I don't know. The Tag Your It in Dom's Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
Tim tagged me, so I was it for an hour, and I got a couple of sales, not much, like $30, but that was $30 I wouldn't have had otherwise. So.
Yeah, I sold one, a little Funko Pop.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I tagged you after. I'm really like.
Well, and with those things, people buy early on. When it gets later, people aren't buying as much.
Yeah, Tim got like 5 sales, he said.
Yeah. Emily Conway's here. We were waiting for Emily. Now we can start. Emily's here.
Oh, Joey's here.
Joey's here. Now we can really start. We got 17 in here. That's awesome. Emily was on. If you guys missed it, Emily was on the show last week, and this week much more resellery. Last week was not resellery, but it was a really valuable show. I think Emily and I talked about mental health and mental health awareness, particularly in apocalypse world that we're in now. So that was a really good show. If you missed it, go back and check that out. I created a playlist for these for Keeping It Real, and it's on there. Old School Picker is now in. I'm glad we waited. We got a few people popping in.
Yeah.
So we got support that seller Sunday. I did I don't even remember. I did a special video after that for all that I got on there. It filled my sofa between what I sold normally and that event. It was amazing.
Yeah, most of the support that seller Sundays seem like they go pretty well.
Yeah, that was really, really neat. Thanks, Betty. Betty's fantastic. Thanks for coming in. And it was not reseller. It was very re-carrot. That's perfect. Emily Conway, the Re-Carrot Show. If you're not subscribed, there's a lot of people in here that have channels. Go and click the 3 dots. Go and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Kat, you need to do that. We're trying to. Kat, where are you at right now for numbers?
I am at, I think, 967, 970.
Ooh, see, 30 more.
30 more.
We got 19 in here. If anybody is not subscribed, we have to get her to 1,000. Let's do it.
I think I know everybody in here.
I know. Well, we'll get a couple. I bet we get a couple, but we could
tell your friends to tell their friends.
Yeah.
That I need 30 subscribers. It really doesn't matter because I'm not close on my hours at all. So.
Yeah, but it's one numbers. Something off.
Step one.
We'll get the subscribers and then we'll get the hours. It'll be fine. We gotta knock one of them off.
We got it.
The hours is tough too. It's a big number now.
Yeah, but I think I'm at like 1,700.
Okay. And you need how much?
I'm almost halfway. You have to have 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah. We'll get there. Well, we might as well jump in. We got 19 people in here. Yeah, but you're right. You can stream for your mobile device at 1,000. And you know what? That's one of the things I'm excited. If I can at some point get to 1,000, I'd love to do like a live garage sale, like mobile streaming going to garage sales. I've never seen one.
Oh, yeah, like live?
Yeah, I'd love to do a garage sale live. I think
that would be cool.
So we're going to jump in. We've got 20 people in now. I'll try and keep a look on the chat, but it's kind of hard as it moves through, especially as we get more people. But I appreciate you coming in. For those who are new to me, I know we probably got a lot of Cats people in here. I'm Troy, and Mountain Man Treasure is the channel. we just started this show last week. I started to do some live stuff. I was doing some live hangouts on Sunday as I packed, and we got some people in there, and it was fun chat, but it was understandably kind of boring because I was packing stuff. So we're trying to make this a little bit more valuable for people. And I wanted to have Kat on and chat with her because, because she's the nurse flipper. Oh, look at that. You're now at 71. See that? Yay. You're already growing. Yeah, and you are all over the place, Kat. Like, I guess first off, how long have you been doing this?
YouTube.
Well, let's start with eBay. How long have you been doing eBay?
eBay off and on since 1999.
Okay. So you're
this go round about a year.
Okay. But going back, you're like one of the originals.
Money order days.
Wow.
It's in the mail.
Because when did it start? Was it 97, 98? Like right in there?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. I was 18 in 99. So that's when I started it. Yeah.
So you've been doing this a while. Why did you jump back in for what you said, like the last year? Like,
I have a farm and I was selling like livestock, like chickens and goats. And when Facebook stopped letting us post animals on Facebook, I had like no market to sell anything to anymore. So I sold, and I had the baby. So I sold all of my livestock, literally everything. Might get a few chickens here soon, but I sold everything and just kind of went head on into reselling. I always have a side hustle. It doesn't matter what's going on, whether it's eBay or not eBay. Like I was selling some of the chicken eggs for $60 to $100 a dozen on eBay.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you ship chicken eggs? I'm scared to ship like plates. And you're out there shipping eggs.
Bubble wrap, and double box them. I shipped a bunch of them.
That is amazing. Can you do that now?
Yeah, I think you can still sell them on eBay. Wow. I just don't have any. Like the market kind of dropped off with like all the rural kings. The rural kings started carrying some of the like more rare breeds, and that's what I was making my big money on. And then they sell it for way cheaper, so kind of knocked a lot of the smaller people out.
You could have been the egg flipper.
I could have been the egg flipper.
Chicken flipper. So why, you said you always have a side hustle. Why are you like, why? Is that just the makeup? You always have to be doing something?
That's how I am. Yeah. If I'm not going like 110 miles an hour, I'm not functioning. I always have too much to do. Always. And I function better that way. Like I said, I had the chicken, like in starting YouTube, my husband's like, what are you doing? Like, cause I mean, you guys see how busy my eBay is, and then I work. But I like sharing everything, and he doesn't like reselling. So I like to be able to chat with people about it that actually listen to what I'm saying.
So he's not supportive though, right? Like that's just not his thing.
Well, he stays home with the baby. He just has no interest in it. So like he does the shipping, but when we go out, he'll occasionally find things, but he could care less. I could be like, oh, I found this for $1 and it's gonna sell for 100, and he's like, okay. I'm like, it's $100 from $1. What's wrong with you? Like, I don't understand people that aren't like, oh. I don't get it, but a lot of people are. They're like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
That's so cool. Do you remember what your first sale was on eBay?
So when I used to sell in 99, I actually I had my oldest son. He was born in 99, and there was a little plant nursery by me that sold little roses. So I sold plants, and I have sold plants off and on through the years on eBay as well. And so he had like little 4-inch roses that I paid like $3 for, and I would resell them on eBay for like $9.99 plus shipping.
Nice.
So I wouldn't go buy them until I had sold them, because he had like thousands of them, and he was like 5 minutes from me.
Right. Look, we got a question for you. I'm gonna give it to you because you're the expert. When shipping plates, how do you calculate shipping?
So bubble wrap and stuff doesn't really weigh that much. So most plates, single plates, are a little under 2 pounds. So I can ship a single like dinner plate for 2 pound rate. So I do that. And then I basically do 2 pounds per plate. And it does end up being more, but that covers all my bubble wrap and paper. So you can weigh them. Some of them are lighter and some are heavier. Like if you get like thick stoneware plates, they might actually be over 2 pounds. So I just weigh them. I do calculated shipping on everything on my eBay store.
Even first class stuff?
Most of it.
Yeah.
Like the phone soaps that just went crazy, I did free shipping just to try and get like bumped a little for the fast and free. But I would say 90% of my stuff I charge shipping.
Yeah. See, I do free shipping on like the first class stuff. Just because I know, I mean, at most it's going to cost me $5, but typically it's like $3-4.
But if it's like an $8 item, I'm not going to give them free shipping, you know?
Yeah.
But I also like, I do a lot of jewelry, which is 90% of the time for under 4 ounces, and I charge them 8 ounces. So that pays for my padded bubble mailer.
Right. Yeah. So what is it that you mostly sell now? I mean, do you have an area or no?
I do like it's all over the place. I have some clothes, I have some shoes. Those are mostly from QVC pallets. I have a ton of the China. I typically buy big lots. So it's like I won't have like one of something. It'll be like, oh, here's a new category for my store because I just bought 500 plates.
Right.
You know, so and like the ceramic stuff. Same thing. I bought hundreds of them. So all of a sudden I have like a mini art supply store in my eBay store. So I do one-offs, but I like lots.
Yeah. Do you pre-box anything? Like pre-package and have it ready to go? No. See, I think if I was having like those plates, I feel like I would pre-box that because I'd be scared of breaking them. Like moving them around.
So the thing is though, most of those people like with the plates, like they'll buy like my last person bought 2 plates, a bowl, and a creamer. Like they bought 4 pieces though.
Yeah.
So you want like if you pre-boxed, you would have had to unbox to put it all together in the same box.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do a lot of like I saw you had like some China and stuff. Do you sell like?
I have to make the list.
Yeah. Do you do like there's a website for that too, right? You can do there's a website where you can list your replacement China. I can't remember what it is.
So it's like replacements.com or something, but you can use that to comp. I don't list them for sale there. I use it and then I go below that a little bit for my pricing on my stuff. I might go a little bit higher if replacements is out because that's where a lot of people go. So if they're out of stock, I might go a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But like I just sold some hotel soaps. $20.
That's awesome. Nana Tink is here. I want to say hi. She's got I need to still get in and watch it. But Nana Tink is awesome. She's got it's not a new video. I think there's one after this, but it's fairly recent on figuring out what Bakelite is. And it's something I don't know how to do that yet. And
yeah, I just watched her soy pod video today. But I haven't watched that one either.
I need to learn from Nana Tink about Bakelite. So go in there and learn that because that stuff is valuable if you can find it. And I don't know how to find it yet.
They want you to ask what's in my oven.
What's in your oven?
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that.
They asked more than once. I'm looking at the chat.
Okay.
So my house was built in 1942. It's an old farmhouse. And my eBay room is actually an old canning kitchen that has a stove and stuff still in it. So in the outside oven, I have stuff that I sell. So on my custom SKU for that stuff, it says oven.
Nice.
So it's in the oven outside. Right now, I think there's like Starbucks cups, and I don't even know what else is in there.
I'm really bad at the custom SKU. I need to get better at it. My system, generally, I can find about 95% of the stuff. I remember exactly where I put it. I know what tote I have totes, and I remember what tote it's in. But every once in a while, I come up on something that was like 8 months old, and I'm like, and it's always like the $5 sale. right? Like it's
Right.
never something that's like the $100 item. It's always something that's like $9.99 free shipping. And I can't find.
How many listings do you have?
Right now, I think I'm right around 800, a little over 800.
You better, like, well, I forget. Like you said, the stuff, like I have stuff that's been up over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it got, like, I have 1,500 listings right now. So I was really good. Like up to like 500, I probably didn't put where they're at because it was all kind of concentrated. But now I have my eBay room, I have the shed, I have my shipping room. So I have 3 different rooms with all of this stuff. And same thing, like it's always a cheap thing. So today, like having 45 orders go out, I'm like, oh, can I find it all? And when I find everything, I'm like, and I did today. I didn't have any issues. But when the older stuff sells, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I had somebody send an offer the other day, and I'm like, that's a good offer, but I need to make sure I know where that is before I accept it. I actually had to go and like, I think I know where that is.
I do that too.
But it's getting like, I think I've hit that point where I need to start using the SKUs. Just, I'm just trying to read. It's hard to read comments and talk at the same time.
So StreamYard is horrible. So I
know that's what I'm having trouble with.
I open YouTube. So I have YouTube open and it's easier. Even when I do my own lives, I watch the YouTube because I think it's easier, but then you can't highlight the comments to put them up on the screen.
Yeah.
So
thanks for coming in, Courtney. Courtney is amazing. Did you say you are coming up on her channel or you were?
I was just on 2 weeks ago.
Okay. It was 2 weeks. That's right.
And then she just did this week, she just did a featured seller video on my store. Yeah.
That's why I was, okay. Hey, Simply Dana is here. Thanks for coming in. So Nurse Flipper, how do we get that name? I think people can probably figure it out. You're not the chicken flipper or the egg flipper.
No. I'm just, somebody asked how the nurse flipped. I don't flip very well acrobatically. But I'm a full-time nurse, not here lately. I'm not a full-time nurse, but and a reseller and a flipper. Yeah.
So you've had some hours. It doesn't make sense that you're actually not working that much at the nurse thing.
No. I called my boss this morning and said, hey, what's going on? I only have 1 paid day left. And he said, I was just called off Wednesday and they called me off again Sunday. So I work Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So that means I've been called off 2 of my last 3 work days, and we only work 3 days a week. So 66% of my hours, I was just called off. And he said, sorry, it's happening to everybody. There's nothing I can do. You can bring it to the director of nursing. I said, well, how should I contact her? He said, honestly, she already knows. Basically saying it's not going to do any good. And I'm like, well, because I go everywhere. So a lot of times I'll be like in the pool. So it's going to be easier for them to call me off than to pick someone off of a certain floor. Our hospital's big. It's 3 towers. So I go everywhere and fill in. Well, right now they don't need people to fill in because they have emptied the hospital in anticipation of getting patients. So
at that point, do you come back in? At that point, would they bring you and everybody back in?
Like if we fill up or got more. Yeah. So, and that's what he said. And it's pretty much what I know. Like this is the emptiest I've seen it in 10 years, which is how long I've been nursing. And I think that it's going to be feast or famine. So right now, like there's no hours. And I just talked to another friend of mine who's a nurse as well. And she has 2 days left. I have 1 day. Like all of us are getting ready to not get paid at all. And if we don't get enough hours, we could lose our medical insurance. So my boss actually said the PRN people who work as needed are already losing their medical insurance because we as full-time nurses are going to get the hours before the PRN as needed people are, and they're not maintaining their hours now to keep their medical insurance.
Wow. Well, how good is, I mean, obviously the insurance issue is separate, but how good is it to have reselling to be able to say, you know what, my hours aren't there.
So
Wait,
like I showed
weekend.
without like, I mean, I don't care if everybody knows what I make, honestly, but like I almost made 6 figures last year. So my reselling, as big as it is not anywhere near my nurse income.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting paid. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Even like with the weekend I just had. So I guess now's my time to test, because that's my goal, is to go part-time nursing and full-time reselling. So now I'm gonna, but the thing is like now I'm kind of being more cautious with sourcing, because I'm like, okay, am I gonna need that money to pay my bills? So yeah, it's kind of difficult.
And you said you have how many, 1,500 listings?
Yeah, 1,500.
How long did it take you to, and you've only been doing this a year, that's a lot of just hammering down.
When I do like, so when I get the lots, I'll list like 30 or 40 in a day. Like I'll just boom, 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 and knock them out. Like I didn't list much today because packing the 45 boxes took us quite a while. But I'm like, I'll either do none or I'm doing like 40 or 50. There's no like, let me do 5 listings. It's like the China, I think the first day I did like 40. But with China, the nice thing is it's like front, back, zoom in on the maker, and that's it. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, and what point, because you've got, you mentioned it, you've got a shed that you're working on the shed. At what point was it like, you know what, we need to build an actual structure? Like when
so I wanted to fix up, I have an old barn. It's like 50 by 25 and it has a concrete floor, and I really wanted to fix it up. And but it's like no windows, no insulation, there's some hole. Like, so they quoted me $7,500 just to like fix it up without even putting electric or insulation in it. So I was like, okay. So my living room, which you could kind of see, let me move. Like you can see the floor. Before you couldn't see the floor in here. I had shelves behind me. So this was like the shed, which we really don't use this room because we have a separate living room. So this is kind of my reselling room. But when Christmas came, this is the room we put the Christmas tree in. So we're like, okay, we need to get all the reselling stuff out. And like I have a spare bedroom too. So it was, once it was like overfilling and we couldn't walk in here, they were like, okay, we need to get something. So the shed was half the cost of what the estimate was to fix my big barn that I still one day want to fix. My husband wants to knock it down, but I love it. So
how far are you with the shed process?
I'm just leaving it raw. Mine is not going to be pretty like Kevin's. Kevin's shed is so pretty.
I know, it's gorgeous. I want to like, you can rent it out. Like
but I'm waiting. I've got like the palette of the nasal mist is kind of in the middle. So that needs to go down a little, I think, before we build more shelves along the side. So I've got one end has all the shelves, and then the pallets are in the middle. I just threw a bunch of extra boxes in there today. But I haven't been buying the big lots like I do. So I guess I'm going to build more shelves if I need more shelves. Because building them, they're more sturdy than buying like the pre-made ones. We can kind of build them exactly how we want.
So when would you recommend for people, because that feels like that's like that next step, right? Of, okay, I filled up my space. I mean, at what point does somebody start thinking about, I need a shed, or I need to rent a storage facility, or I need something else?
Space outside of the house. So now I have the eBay room that's 12 by 20, and I have the shed that's 12 by 24. I didn't do it until I was bringing in, which is when I got my accountant too, by the way. I was having over $2,000 a month in sales. So it kind of justifies, and I want to build it up so that I can go part-time nursing comfortably, not like now where I'm stressing out about this, but where I feel comfortable doing it. And I wouldn't want a storage unit personally because I want to work from home and I want to be home, so I wouldn't want to have to drive somewhere to go get my stuff. But I know a lot of people can't. Like I have 11 acres. I could put like 20 sheds out there if I wanted.
That's a lot of room for a lot of chickens. You can start selling eggs again. You could be the egg queen.
My husband would not.
No.
He hated my chicken.
The new Netflix documentary, The Chicken Queen. Yeah, the Tiger King. Have you seen that? That is something else.
I haven't because all I watch is YouTube. I don't
You
even
know,
watch
we need to take a break. We binged through all the episodes over the weekend, and it was like train wreck TV. You couldn't look away.
Right. I unmuted my laptop.
We can all, yeah. See, Nana Tink, she wants to just put sheds up on your place.
So okay, here, I'll just tell everybody this. So in the middle of all my not working, I have a rental on my property that's like a log cabin, 3-2. It came with my property when I bought my house. And I messaged my tenant because I'm like, okay, I know if I'm stressing about bills, let me message her and just tell her, hey, look, if it's late, or if you need to pay me part. And she tells me she's moving out. So I just lost that income today as well. And I'm like, I'm messaging her trying. And we've had her for 5 years. She's rented from us since we bought the house. And yeah, so that was her response to me saying, hey, if you need to pay late, you can. She said, oh, it's my last month staying here. So she's not going to pay rent because she paid first and last. So I've had a little bit of a day, but I've called who I can call to defer stuff today just because I'm scared. Like if I don't get paid at all, and eBay is a roller coaster. eBay is
for sure.
For the people that are full-time, like props to them. Because you never know what's going to happen. Like I could go from $800 days to like a week of $30 days.
Yeah. Well, I had a really busy Friday, pretty busy Saturday, and then I sold one Pyrex lid for $5.99 free shipping on Sunday. That was it. That was all on Sunday. And I've got I did actually get a Mercari sale tonight and one small eBay sale. So I mean,
I got a Poshmark sale. I got one.
Yeah.
But that was like everything else has been eBay. I haven't gotten any Mercari sales in a while.
It's weird. I hadn't had any. Now, honestly, I haven't been listening to it either. I just sort of decided I'm going to focus on eBay, and I started to ignore it. And then had a real good sale over the weekend on there. First time in months. And then all of a sudden one today. So it's like, something activated on there with that sale.
It's crazy though. Like Mercari for me will be dead for months and then I'll get like 7 sales in a week. And I like without doing anything different or listing more. I don't know that they have an algorithm on Mercari. I don't feel like they do. Poshmark, I haven't been sharing, but it takes so much time. Like, so I when I first started Poshmark, I went like crazy, sharing. And I became an ambassador in like 2 weeks. Kind of like YouTube. I was like always on Poshmark. Yeah.
I got to ambassador too. And then I'm like, oh, yay.
And then I don't share anymore. Yay, I'm an ambassador.
I'm gonna kill off Poshmark. I can't handle the time, honestly, that it needs. Midwest, $5.99. Yeah, I think I made about $1 on that sale, but I got it out of a free bin. Whatever, you got it, list it.
Some of my like nasal mist, I make like $3, but like if I sell 300 of those this week, that's $900. I don't know what Tiger King is. So what is Tiger King?
It's a documentary on Netflix about these. It focuses on one guy, on 2 different people. But it's about like the world of people that own like tigers and exotic cats and wild animals that they probably shouldn't be owning. And there's this whole like one wants to save the tigers and one says you're crazy, lady. And I think they're all crazy. There's some level of crazy to all of them. And
so if I go missing from YouTube because I'm watching that.
Right.
I'm like one of those.
There's like 7 episodes and they were 40 minutes.
I'm gonna just watch it.
They're like 40-minute episodes and there were 7 of them. So we ended up watching it in 2 nights.
Yeah, not bad.
It wasn't too bad. It was a train wreck, but it was phenomenal. Like I couldn't not watch it.
So they're saying you need to add moderators that they think they're gonna get wild and have a party.
You know what? I can take care of them. You know what? Through StreamYard, I don't think you can have moderators.
You can't add mods. You have to be on like the YouTube side of it to add.
Yeah. Oh, so you can add them on YouTube and then.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well, I mean, if anybody acts up around Nana Tink, I trust that she's gonna take care of it.
Where is she?
She's in here.
She doesn't have a wrench.
No, she doesn't. But she doesn't need one. It's a.
Get him.
Nana Tink is just an implied wrench. We got see, even Rev Resale is watching Tiger King.
Okay.
It's something. I know it's something. So I wanted to talk about your weekend numbers, or not necessarily the numbers, but you shipped out 40, 50 things?
It ended up 45. Yeah.
45. Is that the busiest you've had? Because it wasn't all like $10 things. You were selling big ticket.
No,
items.
it was a lot of $100 things.
Yeah.
The busiest in probably like 5 months, because I was doing really good in like September, and then Q4 was like a flop for me. My sales, I think last time I looked, are up 51% from the last 30 days right now. And then I'm up like 351% from last year, because this is when I was just starting getting into eBay again last year.
Yeah, see, and I thought I was doing good, just being like a year. Like I was a year at the end of January, and I thought, you know what, I'm doing okay. Like 1,600 transactions, and then I look at you, and I'm like, what? I'm clearly you're on a different level. I'm like single label.
I just can't. But I put I didn't even pay myself last year, really. I put it all back in. Like I just kept buying and buying. I like to buy stuff. I kept buying and buying and buying and building it up. So I'm up 58.1% from the last 31 days right now.
So I wanted to talk to you. I don't know if you want to give out what you were selling, though.
Oh, I don't care. No, I don't care.
Well, I'm not going to give away your secrets, but I mean, the more the ideal
but
was.
I mean, I put everything I sell. Like when I do my what sold, I put everything. So I don't it's not like I could see like FBA if I was doing like retail arbitrage and going to get stuff to send into Amazon, but with mine, it's like a lot of one-offs that you probably aren't going to find.
Yeah. Well, and this you
not
were
at least like right now where you'll be competition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were selling a whole bunch of the same thing. Is that
the phone soaps?
Yeah. I mean, how did you come into those? Is that something that you intended? Is that something that's sort of part of your pattern? Is I'm going to look for the things that are hot right now, jump in, sell them, jump out?
So that was actually Flip with Chris posted. He found one at a yard sale for $10, and then he sold it for $200.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I needed to see. I was on the hunt for phone soaps. So like when I watch like Matt over at Part Time Pickers, or any of you guys, even like you, if anybody, if I see somebody make $100 profit on an item, I'm going to look for it.
Right.
I might go on Marketplace. I might go on Shop Goodwill. I obviously you're going to add it to your knowledge for like garage sales, estate sales. So when Chris sold that, I went on Marketplace. I found one, and the girl actually worked at the hospital with me, and she brought it to me for $40, and it sold for $220 within 4 hours. And then the market started falling, so I expected to get over $200 a piece for these. I'm only getting half of what I thought I would get.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with what I got. I got a great profit on them, but I expected more. And so I looked on Marketplace. There was a place in South Florida that actually had them for $15. And I was like, what? How many do you have? And they're like, oh, we're sold out, but more coming in next week. So I'm like, okay. So I start messaging them and messaging them and messaging. I'm saying phone like a telephone, David, a telephone. They're like a phone tanning bed. You have to go watch my video.
It's like a UV, like disinfectant light, right?
Little, yeah. I'll just wipe my phone off. I'm not spending $100 on that. But that's me. If people want to buy it, they can buy it. So these people said, okay, it's coming next week. And I'm like, okay, will you ship to me? And at that point, I started like talking to Joey Bada Bing a little bit more. And I'm like, oh, Joey's in South Florida. I'm like, Joey, how far are you from here? And he told me an hour, but he's actually, I think he was 2 hours. Joey's in the chat. So I'm like, Joey, look, I'm going to put you onto this, but I need you to pick me these up and I need you to ship them to me. So, and Joey, I'll tell you, Joey asked me what he was getting. I'm like, Joey, I just gave you information on making a lot of money. So that's what you're getting.
I say you should have used him as a drop shipper and be like, look, you're my warehouse. Here's the deal.
And like, so Joey got 10, Chris got 3, and I got 17. And honestly, at this point, I wish I had got 30. So I got the most of anybody, and oh, that's so so Joey picked him up. So Joey sold a couple over $200. Joey says he wishes he got 100. So Joey sold a couple over 200, and by the time they had got to me 3 days later, and he did ship them, he picked up on a Saturday, so they shipped out Monday, they came to me Wednesday, so really it was like 5 days. The market had tanked, so he sold them for $200, or maybe, Joey, was it 200, or did you get like 225 or something for the first two? I don't remember. So they sold over $200 the first time, and then it was like 150-ish, and so we had them listed at like 180, and then 2 wholesalers came and ruined our world. They posted 100. Yeah. One of them was at $99.99, and the other one was at like $129, and I was like, oh, there, he sold 2 for $450 because he had them in hand, and I'm like, Joey, list them now. Like, do not wait, list them now. And so then I listed mine at $179.99, and I started this, and I don't know if anybody else wants to do it. I feel like it's extremely effective. Kevin over at the Thrifting Lounge told me he like bulk edits, and he marks everything up 30%, and then he puts everything on sale 30%. So it's actually back to his original price. I bulk edited, marked everything down 30%, and I put my sales at 35 or 40 because I normally do 5 or 10% off. Right. So instead of it looking like 5 or 10, it's 35% or 40%, and I feel like that has increased my sales. I think that has dramatically helped. So we, even though those people had 100 of them listed at 99 and 129, Joey and I both continued to sell them for like 129, 149. He got a couple hundred for those. So you can still, I think keywords, like we tried to put as many as we could.
Yeah. So this was kind of a new thing for you, jumping on like, hey, there's this wave going, let's get on it. Or have you done that?
No, so anytime I find like, and that's what, like, I'm trying to mentor Joey. And I mean, I'm mentoring all of you if you're watching my channel. And I said it in my video today, like if you find something like that, you got to get it fast and get out because it's going to tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, don't go.
I'm leaving it at Mama. I think we ought to keep it at Mama. I'm just jumping in instead of Nana.
Yeah. But like, if you, there's been a bunch of stuff. Like if I find stuff like that Russell Wright, like I found the picture at Goodwill for $10. I sold it for $69, I think, a week later. So then I'm online and I see, oh, there's Russell Wright China. I just had a vase sell in a week and made $60. So why not get the China? That's where like I go big, but you got to be careful. Like those people told me they wanted $69 a foam soap now. So they are on to it. Right. So we had to buy it while you have to buy low. You make your money and you buy. And if you spend too much, like I don't really go with the trending stuff. That is, but that's just because of the situation, I guess. I mean, I do it if I find something, but not like more hip if that makes sense, like
Yeah.
trendy clothes and shoes and stuff
So
like that.
you gotta, I mean, that's the dangerous thing for new resellers, right? Is they see, especially if they get it on, they find like a video that's like 2 years old and go, oh, Tommy Bahama. People buy Tommy Bahama shirts for crazy money. Well, yeah, they used to, and now it's gone. Same thing for this. Somebody could be watching this 6 months from now and go, I'm going to find some phone soaps. They might be going for
But that's
$80.
why you have to research. Like all of these channels, like me, like you, we're like spreading our knowledge. But if I bet it's not a big percent that take it and actually use the knowledge that we're giving. Like we're giving it out for free. And I'll help anybody that wants to message me. But if you don't, I'm telling on Joey now. I'm going to tell on him because Joey was trying to find stuff on Shop Goodwill. And he said, there's nothing on there. It's all expensive. And I said, Joey, it's not that quick. I look through 20 pages before I find one thing.
I looked at it today, and he's right. There's a lot of stuff that's expensive on there. I saw there's actually a Funko Pop on there that's a Game of Thrones. It's Kyle and Khaleesi. She's in the wedding dress. It's a chase from like Think Geek or whatever. It sells slow, but you could sell it for probably $200. And there's enough people on there that found it that it was, when I looked at it, at like $240. And I'm like, man, how come other people know this? It's not fair. Like, why can't I get this for $9.99 plus shipping?
Right. But like Tommy's saying, like discontinued, like watch Matt at Part-Time Pickers, and he's selling diapers for like ridiculous amounts of money. And like I found like some shampoo that's like $100 a bottle. Richard, what are you talking about? I can't tell all of you before I sell it stuff, then you're gonna take it.
You got really tinny there, Kat. Your sound. I don't know why.
My voice or just the recording.
I don't know what happened. Your sound got kind of goofy.
Do I sound normal now? It's still bad?
Yeah, but we'll still listen to you. I don't know what happened.
Is it like background noise?
It's just it's got digital garble to it a little bit.
It's probably crappy internet.
Yeah, it's probably the internet. It might fix. We'll see. But yeah, I mean that's important. Is to
should I get out and back in?
No, I think because it happened one time before and it cleared up. So
now I'm really close.
Yeah, now it's just closer garbly, but it's better.
I can't even find me.
Yeah, super important to make sure that when you see the what sold and when you see that stuff, you still got to research and make sure what it sold for is still what it's selling for. I mean, you have to look at the market price. And now the market price right now for some of the stuff that we posted 4 months ago, it's probably way overpriced now. If you were to go back and recomp all of your items that you listed, could be a reason it's not selling is because the market dropped.
Yeah, and I mean and I'm bad because I have so many items. I don't go back and recomp stuff at all. Like I just don't want to. If people want it for cheaper, they'll send me an offer. Yeah, like that's crazy. So I sold and I got a Vero on it. I'm not gonna lie. But I found a bag, like a big bag of Melaleuca toothpaste at Goodwill for $9.99. Guess how much that stuff sells for? $20 a tube. I got 30 tubes for $10.
You must shop.
I sold all of them but one before they Veroed me.
Or they caught you.
I have one too. But so, $10. Like,
so you spend a lot of time, like, because I think people look at it and go, wow, she got lucky and found these things and sold all these things over the weekend. This is a lot of time that you dig into the research part of the eBay game.
Yeah, and like I have a Worth Point. I have a Worth Point membership thing. It's like $27 a month because I find so many one-off items. So I use that. Like I like a lot of sculptures and like weird stuff. That there aren't comps on eBay. There are none listed or sold, but I can find them on WorthPoint, like brass stuff. And that's where like I sold a bronze like Native American statue for, I want to say $300 plus shipping that I paid $50 for. So I mean, if you have to research, and I spend a ton of time, like when I lay down at the baby at night and putting the baby to sleep, like I'm on my phone. Last night I was listening to Tommy and looking for stuff to buy.
Right. Even then, you've got to have you've got to have missteps, right? Like there's got to be stuff that you're like, I was sure that this was going to happen, and it turned out to be a bad buy.
Yeah. There's a lot, like I got the life proof cases for the Galaxy S8 Pluses. I paid $12 a piece. They're $99 retail, right? Hey Chris. So I paid $12 a piece, and I'm not even getting $12 for them because that's 2 models ago. And I didn't, like, that was my bad not really researching the market and realizing that they were selling for $15 on eBay. So it was really stupid of me to buy them for $12. So I think I've got 3 left, and I had them for like 8 months, and I spent hundreds on like a whole box of them from a reseller.
Yeah.
I think Chris is sold out of the foam soaps. I think he just sold his last one.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Like I got bit by a couple of I don't do it very often, but I do some retail arbitrage, and I tried to chase some of the, like I tried to figure out this year what the hot toy was going to be, and I missed. So I wound up with some stuff that now I'm like, it's literally selling for the same price I bought it for, and it never went up.
Right.
I was thinking, this is going to go up, and so you can get in trouble trying to do that too. Now I'm not like deep in the hole. It's okay,
Right.
But you can get in trouble trying to chase stuff too, which is why I learned my lesson this fourth quarter. I find enough weird, random one-off stuff. I don't need to chase the hot toy.
And that's, I don't chase it either. This was really fast, and I knew, like Chris is saying, he got scared. Like with the foam soaps, we knew like we had to get out because the price was dropping, and it was dropping pretty fast. It dropped $75 in a week. So, I mean, we were okay though. We only paid $32. So we were going to make money. It was just a matter of how much money. And the faster we sold them, the more money we're going to make.
Right.
They might go back up now. If this lovely thing lasts for a long time, they might go back up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, and so that's what you have to decide too, right? Do you sort of tank the price with them just to recoup your investment, or do you say, you know what? No, I'm going to hang on. It might go back up.
Like I've got 2 left out of the 17, and they're listed at 140. And I'm taking best offers, but I'm not going under 120. Like somebody kept offering, they're like 80, 90, and I'm like 120, 120. And I didn't even play and try and do higher. I was just like, look, 120 is my best offer. And then finally, like they ran out of offers. You know how they get 5 on eBay? They ran out. Because I'm like, no, 120, like either take it or leave it. And I sold like 3 more at 120 after I had that little back and forth with that person. Dana, it could go back up because there were like, when we got them, there were like 35 listed and 380 sold. They're in demand still. If you could get them for the right price, and by that, I wouldn't pay more than $40 for one. Then they're still good right now, but you better watch it because that could change tomorrow, and they could be going for 50.
Right. Yeah, it's just like the eBay as a whole. Items are a roller coaster, but that's why I kind of like selling the one-offs, and it sounds like you do a lot of that too.
I do,
just
yeah.
Out and
you see, like, do you see Kermit? I just listed him at $299.
Seriously, wow.
And then where did they go? Oh, like Fozzie and YouTube, both of them. And Chris saw those. I got those off Shop Goodwill. Chris was like, "Hey, I saw that lot."
So you find good stuff on Shop Goodwill.
I made so many thousands of dollars off Shop Goodwill last year. You just have to look. Like my copper jewelry, I don't know if Joe and Renee are still in here. They bought the tail end of it because I just got sick of copper jewelry. And I gave them a good deal on what was left. But you need to sell it now, Dana. Like yesterday, sell it. So they like jewelry. I paid $200 for over 200 or 20 pounds of copper jewelry. I found 4 gold pieces in there, solid gold, that one piece paid for the whole lot.
Yeah.
So when you get big lots off of Shop Goodwill, they are going to miss stuff. I have more balls than Chris. So like they're going to miss stuff. So I like the really big lots. You can't see. I just bought, and I'll do an unboxing. I just paid $100 for a lot of camera stuff. And I don't even know what's in it because their pictures sucked. But it was tons of cameras and lenses. And I did see some vintage binoculars that comped out at like 40 just for the one pair.
I love old lenses. They're slow, but they sell for good money.
But it's like 40 of them, and I paid $100.
Yeah, you can sell a basic old 35 millimeter lens for what, 25, 30 bucks?
At least. And this is a ton of them. So that lot I paid $100, and I am taking a chance. It could all be crap. I highly doubt it. Like if I can't out of that, it's probably 40 pieces, 30 or 40 pieces out of 30 pieces. If I can't find 4 that sell for $25 each, something's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where it's taking a chance.
You have to check for like the mold and the fungus on those.
Yeah. Yeah. They were all nice in cases though. Like the binoculars looked immaculate in a leather case with no wear. I couldn't see any model numbers though. I could not comp anything. Nothing.
Have you sold a lot of lenses and like camera stuff?
Not a lot. I did really good on a 35 millimeter a couple weeks ago. I got it for $1, and I think it sold for like 110, maybe 115. And I got it for $1 at a garage sale. Part
those things out like completely. Just part that thing out. Like unless it's like, if it's not real high value, just like anything else, like if it's video games that don't go for much, you put them all together. But a lot of old camera stuff, like I even sell the lens and the case separately.
Really?
I part the whole thing.
I have a couple.
I sell everything parted out.
I have a couple listed right now. I haven't separated the lens from the case though, like for the lens case.
Yeah, I've sold so much random little stuff for cameras, like instruction booklets and now I'm forgetting the plunger. You can sell those for 10, 12 bucks sometimes. Just the little parts. It's great.
Yeah, this lot is, I don't, Chris, did you see that lot like of the cameras? I don't know if he saw it. Honestly, anybody that watches my video is going to see a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing because I just search lot and I scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll.
So what you do is you search term lots or bundles or whatever.
Lot. That's it. And I have some terms that I use, but I don't share those. Like lot of whatever. Right. And like my favorite stuff. But typically 90% of the time, I just search lot and see what's ending soon. That's how I got like Kermit back there. He was ending in like 20 minutes.
Now because nobody can go out. Everything is shut down.
Right. And now I'm kind of bummed. I won a bunch of steampunk jewelry. It was like 5 pounds, but it was a big lot of steampunk jewelry, which when I got the copper stuff, I had a few steampunk pieces and they sold very, very well and pretty high. I want to say like 25 or more a piece. And this is 5 pounds, probably over 100 pieces. And I only paid $70, I think. So 70 cents a piece. And they haven't shipped it. Some of the Shop Goodwills are not shipping right now. And I'm like,
what is the shipping price for those? Is it is it reasonable?
It's calculated. So they only use FedEx at Shop Goodwill 90% of the time. Nana Tink saying use they do some penny shipping, and I do watch for those where it's just a penny, but typically that's why I like getting lots because I paid more in shipping for Froggy Kermit. Froggy. Um, for Kermit, I paid more in shipping than I paid for the auction. The auction was $22, and I think that I paid 28 in shipping, so it was like $50 total for the three of them. But they're comping out close to $100 a piece. I always price high. If there aren't any, and there aren't any other ones on eBay, I'm going to price high.
Yeah, you set the market at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, and I was like, what the heck are you talking about, in one of the Facebook groups. So my Fire King mug that I sold for $190 in an hour, that I paid $1 for, they told me I overpriced it. And I'm thinking, it sold in an hour. I underpriced it.
Right.
Because on WorthPoint, because I used WorthPoint for that. So on WorthPoint, the highest one that had sold was $175. So I'm like, okay, I know somebody was willing to pay $175 for this mug, and there are none on eBay right now. So I'm gonna list it for $200. Somebody offered me $60 within 5 minutes, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like, no. And then like maybe 30 minutes later, I got an offer for $190 and I accepted. I had $1 in, and I priced it $200. And honestly, at that point, I hadn't done my whole markdown thing, and my sale would have brought it down to $180. So they offered me more than if my sale had kicked in, then it would have been an 80.
Yeah, I did that. My best sale was on an old, I mean, it was like this big. Well, yeah, about that big. Little vintage die-cast excavator. I have a video on it on my channel. I think it's the one pinned on the top still on my channel. Found it in a estate sale for like $12. Turns out it's made in West Germany by this super popular company among collectors. It's this company even makes stuff that they put in showrooms of like Porsche and BMW. They scaled out the car and put it. I found one on WorthPoint that had sold like 3 years ago out of the UK for like $350. But that was it. And there was nothing of this model, this color listed. So I listed it for like $750, something stupid high, because there were no others out there. And it wasn't just eBay. There was none anywhere. Like, I did web searches. I could not find one anywhere. And it felt weird. I was turning down offers of like $200 on this little diecast for months. And eventually somebody came in and offered me $500 for that thing. And I was like, sold. Yeah.
Like, you are the market. When there's not any more, you're the market. So I always price high. Like Dave said, saying, like, the price is what it sells for. If somebody is willing to pay that, and like, I'll let it sit there, and if they really want it and I have the only one, they're going to make me an offer. Right. And at that point, I can decide, okay, if it's been 1 day, I'm probably going to be less likely to accept a lower offer. Where if it's like 2 weeks down the road, I might consider it a little more.
Do you send offers to people on stuff, or send out you?
Every single one. I yelled at my friend yesterday. I think he had like 70 send offers when he sent me a screenshot of his numbers. I'm like, what are you doing? You have 70 offers you can send to people. Like, what's going on? But I just do kind of random numbers, and I personalize a message. Like, right now I've got like, thanks for supporting our small business. Here's an additional discount. Stay safe. And then I sign it.
I need to do better at that, because I just leave like that default. Don't miss the
I just copy paste. So when I go do them, I'm like, copy paste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I get quite a few sales through that, and I always have my sale running. So I'm like, oh, this is additional on top of our already low sales price. So I'm giving you more. And I kind of look more at like what I have into it at that point and how long I've had it. Like, I might send a real low offer if I want it gone. If I've had it for a year and I'm like, oh, somebody's looking at that now, like a really crazy low offer.
Yeah.
And they might take it.
So I want to talk to you a little bit before we are already over an hour, but if you're cool hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. I'm sure he'll come out here with the baby when he's had enough.
Right. Well, I wanted to ask about YouTube too, because your YouTube has grown like crazy, like super fast. What's your secret?
I'm everywhere. Like Richard said, I'm everywhere.
Yeah. Is that what it is? You're just out there?
I am out there. I go on whatever I can, and I love talking about reselling, so it's not hard. And I think just like being genuine with people, I try and answer like all my comments on my YouTube. I don't really share that much on Facebook. I was, but I don't really do that anymore because I can't do like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. It's just too much for me. So Facebook has kind of went to the back burner for me. Like me posting and like tagging you, that was like the first thing I've done on there in like forever. I'll drop my video links occasionally, but I don't get on Facebook very much at all anymore. So I'm just out there chatting, I think, and I've been lucky to get like shout outs, and it's kind of surreal. I'll go into like live chats and they'll be talking about me and I'm like, what the heck? Like, what are they talking about? And a lot of people I don't know, and they're like, oh, hi Kat, and I'm like, oh, hi. Like a lot of people I do know. I'm bad with names. I'm horrible with names. So if I'm calling you your name, feel special. Because I can't remember names. So like it's crazy. I guess people are just like talking, and like I said, I've went into several lives where they're talking about me when I go in, and I'm like, what's going on? Dave feels special. But I don't know. It's crazy. Like me and Dave, I'm calling Dave. Me and Dave was ahead of me in subscribers. And like, I don't know what happened. I really don't. Like, I
So what are
haven't
some
had
of
like
your
crazy. My only crazy one was when I first started for Matt at Part Time Pickers. I was under 100 subscribers when he did that, and it brought me over 200. But I don't think I've had like sometimes in the lives, like both of the Joshes, like when I come in, mention me, um, but not really in like pre-recorded video, stuff that I would think is going to get watched more.
yeah.
I am real, Dana. I'm probably too real for some people.
So what are some of your, because you're watching a lot of YouTube, because and that's interesting because it's research in a sense, but it's also entertainment, I think, for a lot of us that enjoy. So it's nice to meld that. But what are some of your favorites, and not necessarily the big ones that everybody's heard of? Because I think a lot of us in here have YouTube channels. We're trying to learn, we're trying to grow. You learn by watching these people. What are, is there one or two that people in here should be watching?
I think everybody knows like Matt, which he's big, but just for knowledge, Josh Harry Tornado I think is great to learn from. Like me and Josh have talked on the phone, and like he's got the entertainment side a little bit more, and I have knowledge, so I know. And I love Dale DLJ from PA.
Dale Frumpa. Yeah, Dale Frumpa. Yeah. We gave her that name on my live show, Dale Frumpa.
But she's like, so, hey, like, I'm not, hey, that's just, it's not me. I like Harry Humstone. I love chatting with Harry Humstone. That's like my nightcap. If Harry's on, I'm probably in there hanging out. Like, I went on with him. I watch yours all the time. Dave's great with like glass and like some like the different like more expensive pieces, and then like Emily's video on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that was like amazing.
Yeah,
and I think Courtney too, with Bolo Buddies, and that's a great way to grow your channel. If you have Bolos, Courtney's live at 10 p.m. on Wednesday every week, and I think that's gotten me a lot of subscribers, is I go on there and I share my Bolos on her channel, so that helps her channel and her viewers get new Bolos, but it also has helped me get more subscribers because they see, oh, that person has Bolos, maybe I should go check their channel out. Dave, I don't have much personality either. I have more personality on these lives than I do when I'm recording. Obviously, I think everybody's like that. And then, like, Yeah, Flip with Chris and Calvin are my two that I'm like bringing along. Like they're just coming with me. I love both of their channels. That's why I have them on my live every week with me. Um, there's Chris. Me and Chris and Calvin, and actually now Joey too. Like I'm chatting with them like over it, like throughout the day, every day about everything, not just reselling. Like they're my friends.
Yeah.
And Calvin, I met Calvin a little before Chris, and like Calvin and I have talked on the phone, and like we talk about other stuff too. And it's just like it's an amazing community, though.
I appreciate that.
Over the internet with your voice.
And I haven't even gone full radio. This is like the middle of the road. This is talking voice.
I could see that.
I haven't flipped to reading the radio script yet.
Ooh, yeah, no, I don't have that voice.
So,
like, so you tell me, like, who do you like with the channels?
You know what? I think you ticked them off. Like I those are a lot of.
I think the circles are crazy. Like you'll find like if you like the same people are gonna be interested in the same channels. I feel like.
Yeah.
So like when I go in lives, I know like it's like all the same people. There might be a few others, but it's a lot of the same.
It's been kind of fun watching. One you didn't mention. It's been fun watching is Thrift Mine, just because I jumped in when they were first starting, and it was interesting to see. They're another one that's grown really, really quickly, both in YouTube, and you can tell the knowledge has been picked up really quickly too. So it's kind of fun to see that. Like Emily Conway, like it's been fun to watch her figure this thing out really quickly and watch her grow. It's been awesome.
Some of these people, like Tesla, I love Tesla's sound effects. I don't know if you've watched Tesla.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, I couldn't do that, obviously, but like, it's entertaining. And he has like, I watched his last video. He has some really good sales. And he finds some good like one-off stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. We're running probably low on time. I could flip to radio if you want. If I go full radio, here's what we're talking about. Now, I want to ask you, Kat, you've grown so much here on YouTube. I don't know if you're a reader, but do you read? And is there something that you would recommend that people read or listen to a podcast, something like that?
I have been reading like, I don't even have it. I like reading kind of like uplifting things, you know, like quotes and what is it? Now you just
on the spot. I know.
What's it called? Like, you know what? Like motivational stuff. Just like little quotes, short like excerpts.
Cat wants to eat chicken soup for the soul. That's what she's saying.
Kind of. My last one was like, "You can do it" or something. It was a bunch of quotes about like entrepreneurs who had made it big. And just like their little things that they were doing.
Yeah.
And tips and tricks.
Well, last question for you. What are we going to see from your YouTube channel? Are you diving into more dumpsters of dog food, or what's in the future?
Into dumpsters of dog food. It's definitely like my what sold. I'm hoping will hold. So far, they have held where I can do almost daily what sold. And you know, carry that. It's been long enough for a video. And then I'm gonna do unboxings for sure. I think a lot of people are curious about that with having to source online, like so they can see, okay, here's what I got for how much. And then Richard, I cannot help that I live in the middle of nowhere and have a cat. Can't help it. But I think but I have to find people to jump in the dumpster because I'm too fat. I would not get out. No, do you see I have skinny people in the videos that can get in the dumpster? My sister-in-law and mother-in-law went with me last time, and then a coworker went with me the time before. I seriously could not get out of dumpsters if I got in. So I'm hoping, and my sister-in-law loves it, so she would probably, but she lives 2 hours away, so maybe like every other week I'll do that. But my what solds, I think, are going to be my main focus on doing a few unboxings, hopefully.
Well, thanks very much for coming on. I sure appreciate it. I don't know how you find the time, but you snuck some in for us, and I think it's awesome.
Well, now I have extra time.
Oh, well, I'm glad we could help you fill up your time.
I appreciate you bringing me on.
Yeah.
I had fun.
And we're going to be back here next Monday night, again at 8 o'clock. Rev Resale next Monday. Rev Resale. Now he's seen how this thing goes. At least he was scheduled to be on. Now he's seen how this thing works. Maybe he's headed for the hills. I don't know, but he's scheduled. He's going to be here. He's fantastic.
We had a good time. I had him on 2 weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rev is growing. He's pushing towards 1,000 also. I think
I'm
he's
excited about my Toucan Sam.
What's that?
I said I'm very excited about my Toucan Sam.
Yeah, it got dropped at the post office today. So a couple days, it should be there.
It's like big. I don't think I realized how big it was.
Like 3 foot.
Will it fit on my door of my shed? Can I like take it?
Maybe. I don't know. He's like 3 feet tall and like 2.5 feet wide, I think. Something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming in. And I saw we had somewhere in here. Where was this? We got Midwest Picker being weird. Yeah. I don't know what that is, Midwest Picker, but I can, you know what? We can sign off with that, I guess. Nurse Cat Flip, thanks for coming in.
You are welcome.
Yeah, now she's just now we got it's that weird awkward like now I have to find the button to end the broadcast. So okay, there you go. 97X, bam, the future. Rock and roll. Bye guys.